My friend, something's happening in Philadelphia, and it's no small thing. The last few hours have brought an internal decision that has even surprised the players, and it could change the course of the Eagles' season. Sources close to the team have confirmed what seemed impossible, and the reaction in the locker room was immediate. At the same time, another important name on the team is about to face the most decisive game of his career, and everything indicates that his performance could define his future within the franchise. The information that has reached me is very hot, exclusive, and shows what is really happening behind the scenes. But before I tell you everything, if you're a true fan, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell, because what I'm about to reveal will leave many people speechless urgency. That's the word echoing through Philadelphia right now. With the NFC competition becoming increasingly fierce and the pressure to maintain the lead increasing every week, the Eagles made a decision that no one predicted, and that is causing quite a stir. The team has officially ruled out veteran cornerback Jaire Alexander, recently signed, from Monday night's game against the Green Bay Packers. That's right, the star who just arrived in Philadelphia after a headline-grabbing trade will not be playing against his former team. Instead, Alexander will remain in Philadelphia, continuing his knee recovery and familiarizing himself with defensive coordinator Vic Fangio's system. According to internal team sources and reports from NBC 10 Philadelphia, Reuters, and PhiladelphiaEagles.com, the decision was classified as a knee/coach's decision. In other words, Alexander's knee is improving, but Nick Sirianni and his coaching staff are not rushing his return. They are thinking long-term. This isn't just about Monday, it's about football in January. Still, this decision has caused surprise throughout the league. Alexander publicly stated this week that his knee is better than it has been all season. Even without any official indication of injury in the team's latest report, the Eagles will keep him at home. It's a move that seems both strategic and psychological, a chess move, not checkers. This is where things get even more interesting. Earlier this month, the Eagles sent a 6th-round pick in the 2026 draft to the Baltimore Ravens in exchange for Alexander, also receiving a 7th-round pick in the 2027 draft. The message from management was crystal clear. The Eagles weren't just looking for roster depth, they were strengthening a weakness. Depth at the cornerback position has been a major theme of the Philadelphia Eagles' 2025 season, and acquiring a 2-time Pro Bowl selection like Alexander was a statement of intent. But now, fans are asking the same burning question. If he's healthy, why isn't he playing? Some experts believe the coaching staff wants to give him more time to assimilate Fangio's complex defensive schemes, ensuring that when he debuts, he's in peak physical and mental condition. Others think the team doesn't want to risk aggravating his knee injury before a crucial series of games, which includes matchups against Dallas and San Francisco. Either way, it's a decision loaded with meaning and risk. In Alexander's absence, the secondary will have to step up in the spotlight. Expect Kelly Ringo, Adoree Jackson, and Jacorian Bennett to rotate on the sidelines, while Cooper DeJean may get more opportunities both in the slot and on the wing, given the numbers. Each brings a unique skill set. Ringo's physical strength, Jackson's experience, Bennett's speed, and DeJean's instinct, but cohesion will be key. Green Bay's offense, even with a depleted receiving core, thrives on timing and misdirection plays. One slip, one miscalculated coverage, and it's 6 points. This is where defensive leadership needs to shine. Without Alexander, communication in the secondary becomes crucial. The safeties will have to read, react, and adjust in real time. Fangio's defensive philosophy relies heavily on disguised formations and post-snap rotations, something that demands confidence and instant coordination. And while Jaire Alexander is out of this reunion with his former team, another Eagles player takes the field under the most pressure of the season. While the spotlight is on the Eagles' secondary defense and the mystery surrounding Jaire Alexander's absence, another story has been quietly unfolding within the locker room, one that could determine the future of quarterback pressure in Philadelphia. Introducing Josh Uche, the $2 million man. When the Eagles signed Uche during the preseason, management described him as the perfect fit for the scheme of Vic Fangio's evolving defense. explosive, versatile, and relentless on the defensive line. For a team that built its identity around pressure and defensive destabilization, Uche's arrival seemed like the missing piece of the puzzle. Moving into Week 10, that narrative took a dramatic turn. During the first half of the 2025 season, Uche's performance has been consistent, not spectacular. The numbers, 17 tackles, some pressures, 1 sack, and several failed attempts, tell part of the story. But in a city that breathes intensity, almost isn't enough. Eagles fans don't want flashes of potential, they want impact. And Monday night's game against Green Bay could be Uche's last and best chance to prove it. The timing couldn't be more crucial. The Eagles recently made headlines by acquiring edge rusher Jalen Phillips in a trade with Miami. A clear message that front office isn't waiting for results. They demand them now. Add to that the veteran leadership of Brandon Graham, who postponed retirement for another season, and the expected return of Nolan Smith from injury, and suddenly the competition in the defensive rotation has intensified tenfold. For Uche, this means every play is an audition. Every replay could decide whether he'll be part of the Philadelphia Eagles' long-term defensive core or just a short-term experiment. Analysts from NBC Sports Philadelphia and Pro Football Focus pointed out the irony. Uche has excellent efficiency ratings, ranking among the top 15 pass rushers in win percentage, but his sack count falls short. He's getting close, but getting close doesn't shake quarterbacks or change the course of games. What Fangio needs from him now is finishing power. The coaching staff has adjusted his role in recent weeks, giving him more opportunities in obvious passing situations, hoping to unleash that initial burst that made him one of the most promising players in the league. But against Green Bay, there's no hiding. The Packers' offensive line has been inconsistent all season, especially on the right side. This is Uche's opportunity, a perfect stage to dominate. Imagine the impact. The Eagles already have one of the strongest defensive lines in the league. If Uche has an explosive performance on Monday night, pressuring the opposing quarterback and forcing rush passes, everything changes. Suddenly, Philadelphia will not only have depth in its roster, it will have danger. The kind of danger that transforms a playoff contender into a Super Bowl favorite. Still, the pressure is immense. Everyone inside the NovaCare complex knows what's at stake. Uche's one-year contract is performance-based, with incentives directly tied to production. In other words, every tackle, every sack, every pressure counts, on the field and in the numbers. But beyond the statistics and the salary, there's something deeper that motivates him. Teammates describe Uche as one of the most focused and determined players in the locker room, someone who obsessively studies videos and accepts criticism. He has that Philadelphia mentality, said a teammate this week. He wants to prove he deserves to be here. That mentality will be tested under the floodlights of Lambeau Field. Because when the ball is thrown and the crowd roars, nothing else matters. Only the results. If Uche lives up to expectations, he could solidify his role in the rotation and silence rumors about his future. If he disappears again, the coaching staff may have no option but to redistribute his snaps to Phillips, Smith, or the ever-resilient Graham. The Eagles' defensive identity has always been built on accountability, and Fangio is known for rewarding those who excel when the pressure mounts. With Jair Alexander out of the game, the secondary defense under pressure, and Josh Uche struggling to prove he's worth his $2 million, is the 2025 Philadelphia Eagles poised to dominate the NFC? Or are these just cracks in the armor we can't ignore? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.